Welcome to the February edition of Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine. Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Powers. Joining me now are Lexi Scott and Joe Gendron, who are Unified Champion Schools U.S. Youth Ambassadors. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure to have you. Can you tell me about the U.S. Youth Ambassadors program?
Yes, so the U.S. Youth Ambassadors program there's about 16 of us from all around the country, unified pairs from all Unified Champion schools across the country, and where we get together and, we sit down and say, how can we make our schools better? How can we make our communities better in terms of inclusion and accessibility? We just get together and, we take what we learn from them and we're able to bring it back to our schools, our community, and just our everyday lives. So.
That's awesome. What are some of the experiences that you have had as Youth Ambassadors? Do you have any interesting tips?
Yeah, Joe, you want to go?
So basically we've experienced how other people spread inclusion, and for the tips, just be a good leader, try to get involved, and show us what you can do.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about for you?
I think same thing as Joe, if you have an idea, grab it and run with it, and you'll do great. Honestly, I think the biggest thing is also a support system. So, having a partner that you can have, just like Joe, where, if I'm struggling with an assignment that we have to do, or, I'm struggling with anything, someone that you can turn to and look to for support, and even overall support from your school and your community. But again, I think my biggest tip is making sure you have someone that you can lean on for support.
And that's also like a true definition of a friend too, right? That's awesome. Now, a few months ago, you were both named the Rhode Island Unified Athletes of the Year. Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about the ceremony and what that meant to you guys?
It felt pretty great, and everybody was cheering for us when they called our names, and it felt good to be recognized. And I felt pretty amazing when we got our pictures taken of us holding up our awards. It was pretty amazing.
It sounds like where was that?
At the Vets in Providence.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I just thought it was super cool because it kind of helped us take a step back and look at all we've accomplished in the past, 3 years we've been doing this. Crazy, awesome, wild ride, but wouldn't change it for the world. But, it made me kind of think wow, we've really made this much of an impact. Wow, we've done all this stuff, that's awesome. And you don't realize how fast it goes by until you realize wow, we did all of that. That's awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. And I remember interviewing you guys before and seeing how you've grown too. It's incredible. Now, so far you are the only U.S. Youth Ambassadors from Rhode Island. What has this meant to you, and how have you been able to talk about all the wonderful things in Rhode Island?
I think, honestly, the only really words I could use to describe it, first of all, I don't think I could even use any words to describe our journey, but I think what I would say is once in a lifetime kind of experience, and also knowing, Rhode Island's such a small state, and the fact that Joe and I can use our voices and use our stories to represent not only Special Olympics Rhode Island, but Special Olympics as a whole, I think is just shocking, in so many good ways.
Small state, but big voices, right?
Yep.
So your appointment as U.S. Youth Ambassadors was a 2-year appointment. What are you going to miss most?
I'm going to miss probably traveling because I like going to other states, meeting the other youth ambassadors, talking to them in person, and also the Zoom meetings that we have each month where we have brainstorm ideas and we talk about how we'd spread inclusion for other schools.
Nice. Now, what was your favorite place that you traveled?
I'm going to say Salt Lake City because we walked in this park and we went to a soccer game.
Oh, fun. How has working with other high school students from across the nation helped you in your role as U.S. Youth Ambassadors?
I think it's definitely helped us because we're able to have the connection of someone being the same age as us. Speaking with adults and connecting with adults is one thing, but being able to connect and have the same viewpoints and morals and just overall what we want to see and what we want to have in our lives. I think that being able to talk to young people and high school people is amazing in its own, that we have, you know, this group of, you know, young leaders coming together to get to one, you know, end goal of inclusion and success. I think that is awesome. And, yeah.
Nice. Your final trip as U.S. Youth Ambassadors will be this April in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to most in this trip?
I'm looking forward to hosting the Youth Summit because every spring, last year we hosted a youth summit in Salt Lake City, and this year we're going to host a summit in New Mexico, so that'll be pretty interesting. We're still in the brainstorming process, but I think we'll all do very well.
That's exciting. Wow, you guys have quite a resume with this. What advice would you give to any high school or middle school student that wishes to someday be in a role like yours?
I think definitely, like I said in one of my first answers, having someone that you can lean on for support, that you trust, and that you know you can work with, I think is number one, because that's how you get started. And then honestly, reach out to your school liaison, reach out to your unified coaches to see if you can get in contact with your state Special Olympic youth activation program. That's how Joe and I got started. We started out going to, you know, meetings in this big office room where we'd sit around a table eating pizza and cookies, talking about Special Olympics. That's how we got started. So I, you know, going from eating pizza and cookies and at a big table at Special Olympics Rhode Island to, you know, traveling the country to talk about our story and talk about how much Special Olympics mean to us is crazy. So I think my number one piece of advice would definitely get involved in your state program, because you don't know how far that could take you.
Right. Now, you both recently finished your first semester at college. Can you tell me a little bit about where you are going to school and what you are going to major in?
So I'm at Connecticut College right now, and I haven't officially declared my major, but I'm thinking either studio art or film, because I want to be an animator. I want to work in an animation studio someday. And I think my second semester is going to be great.
Awesome.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm at Plymouth State University in New Hampshire. I'm studying developmental psychology, and my goal is to work with young children with intellectual and developmental disabilities as an occupational therapist, and I've loved every second of it.
Nice. Since middle school, you both have been involved with the Unified Champion Schools program at East Greenwich High School and with Special Olympics Rhode Island and Special Olympics North America. How has your involvement changed your lives?
It's been a pretty amazing journey. It's made a big impact on my life, a great impact that I will cherish and keep forever.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, from starting in the unified programs in middle school to now that I'm in college, I'm just so grateful that I've been able to be a part of such an amazing organization throughout middle school and high school, and now I plan to continue in college. I think it's just changed my life in so many ways. Like, I wouldn't trade any of it for the world. I've had so many incredible opportunities, and I've met so many incredible and amazing and inspiring people that, you know, I know I'll be friends with forever. And it's just been, like, you know, once in a lifetime experience that I would not trade for anything.
That's wonderful. And I congratulate you both on all of your accomplishments, the role models that you are for students everywhere. And I wish you guys the best of luck as you continue. And you guys are a great example of genuine friendship, and you should be very proud of everything you've accomplished.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you both for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. We'll be right back after these messages.
Anticipation, dedication, competition, sheer joy. There are countless reasons why Christina is inspired to swim. In countless ways, she and hundreds of Special Olympics athletes like her benefit from the wide variety of programs we offer every day. Special Olympics Rhode Island. Inspiration for life. A sense of purpose, responsibility, self-respect, connections, pride in a job well done. Mike is inspired by his work for many reasons, and thanks to the programs of Special Olympics, he's an inspiration to many people. Special Olympics Rhode Island. Inspiration for life.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was scared and shy. It was hard to look at people's faces. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. I made friends and won lots of gold medals. But I learned more than just playing golf. Special Olympics helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine. My name is Michael Bullock. Over the next few months, in partnership with Bank of America and our Athlete Leadership Program, we'll be discussing better money habits. Today, I'll be going to go over some steps for better money management. There's a misconception that to be good with money, you need a lot of it. Not true. What you need is to be able to manage your money daily, weekly, and monthly. Whether you're planning for yourself or for your whole family, there are 3 basic steps you can take to make the most of your money. Number 1, create a budget. Number 2, set savings goals. And number 3, tackle your debts. Let's watch this video that provides new tips and techniques that can help you today and down the road with money management.
There's a misconception that to be good with money, you need a lot of it. Not true. What you need to be good with money is everyday management. Whether you're planning for yourself or for your whole family, there are 3 basic steps you can take to make the most of your money. 1, create a budget. 2, set savings goals. And 3, tackle your debts. When put into practice, these steps can have a big impact, not only on your monthly budget, but on your overall financial future. One of the first steps to better money management is to create a budget and stick to it. This might sound simple, but you'd be surprised how few people actually do it. You can think of your budget as your guide to reaching your financial and personal goals. If you have trouble covering all your expenses each month, a budget can help you avoid overspending. That's because your budget can help you see and understand exactly where your money is going and whether or not your spending is in line with your personal goals. The next step is to set savings goals. With your budget in place, building your savings will be that much easier because you'll know how much extra money you have each month to allot to your goals. One of the best savings goals to start with is an emergency fund. Building up an emergency fund to help cover unexpected expenses like a sudden medical bill, major home or car repair, or even a job loss can help you avoid going into debt when life throws you a curveball, which it will. Instead of borrowing money to cover these emergencies, you'll already have the money saved up, and this could end up saving you a lot more money in the long run. Start by building up 3 months' worth of expenses as a goal. Once you've established an emergency fund and are living within your budget, you can then figure out some long-term savings goals. Whether you decide to plan for your retirement, or save for a home improvement, college, or even a well-deserved vacation, you'll be better able to set aside some money and have a timeline for reaching your goals. The third step is to tackle any debts you have. First, as you're working to pay them down, you'll probably want to stop adding to the debts you already have. The less debt you have, the easier it'll be to get out from under it. It could also be helpful to know what your debt is costing you each month. Once you know how much your debt costs, you can create a plan that helps you reduce it and eventually pay it off. The sooner you get started, the more money you can save. It's worth noting that managing your debt and your savings go hand in hand. For instance, if you have a debt with a very high interest rate, it may make sense to focus on paying it down at the same time, or even before you build your entire emergency fund. As you make a plan to tackle your debt, setting target goals can help you stay on track as you actually see and feel the progress you're making. These 3 steps are the basic components of money management, and it's easy to see how they can work together. By keeping a budget, you'll know what you have available to accomplish your savings goals and tackle your debts. Having an emergency fund can help you avoid adding any new debt. And occasionally checking in, reviewing your budget from time to time, can help you set long-term savings goals, like a down payment on a home, as your priorities and circumstances change. Now that you have an understanding of the basics, why not take the next step? Being smarter with your money, learning new tips and techniques, can help you today and down the road.
Hopefully you found this video very useful in helping you with your budget. Next month, we'll discuss options for people who don't like to budget. We'll be back with more Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine after these messages.
Anticipation, dedication, competition, sheer joy. There are countless reasons why Christina is inspired to swim. In countless ways, she and hundreds of Special Olympics athletes like her benefit from the wide variety of programs we offer every day. Special Olympics Rhode Island. Inspiration for life. A sense of purpose, responsibility, self-respect, connections, pride in a job well done. Mike is inspired by his work for many reasons, and thanks to the programs of Special Olympics, he's an inspiration to many people. Special Olympics Rhode Island. Inspiration for life.
And welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. I'm Ryan Fleming. There's obviously a good old saying, February is short and very sweet. Speaking of short and sweet, and to keep this brief, I am joined by 2 super plungers, Bill Ziehl and Rick LaBreche. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hey, Ryan. Thanks for having us.
How you doing?
You got it.
Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, good to see
seeing
you.
you.
Of course. All right, so Bill and Rick, how are you both involved with Special Olympics, and what does this organization mean to you? Rick, let's start with you.
I'm involved with Special Olympics as a head coach of the Rhodey Rangers. I'm also a member of the Law Enforcement Torch Run Committee. I'm a member of this very prestigious Super Plunge team. And what does it mean to me? It means everything. It means family. The Special Olympics is great to my family, and it's a wonderful organization to be a part of.
Absolutely. Bill, let's start with you next.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Law Enforcement Torch Run. I'm one of the co-directors. I actually just took over from Eric Leclerc this year as a co-director. What Special Olympics means to me, again, like Rick said, on the Torch Run Super Plunge team, but it's more than that. It's, whatever, the Torch Run needs, whatever Special Olympics needs, I'm there for it. Raising a lot of awareness and hopefully a lot of funds for Special Olympics Rhode Island.
I'm actually liking the fact that you gentlemen have been very passionate about Special Olympics, do coaching, do law enforcement. It's really amazing experience. So, Rick, it has been a while since the 2022 USA Games. So can you tell me how you liked your experience as a coach at the USA Games?
Oh, there was nothing like it, Marion. You were there. I mean, I'm still on cloud 9 from the whole week that we spent down there. The camaraderie of our team was something that I haven't experienced in sports in a very long time, and was truly blessed to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Same with here as an athlete coach. I mean, you get to be a part of this great group of kids on these 2022 USA Games. That's really awesome.
You were a great attribute to our team. You fired those guys up before every match.
Absolutely. That's what's called motivation, indeed. So, Bill, can you tell us about Plunge Weekend and when both plunges are taking place?
Yes. Plunge Weekend this year is March 25th and 26th. The weekend starts off on March 25th at noontime at Wheeler Beach. The Special Olympics Unified Plunge is there. The Unified Plunge is a plunge made up of all the high schools, unified schools throughout the state. They get us motivated for our 24-hour plunge, our Torch Run Super Plunge. That starts at 1 o'clock on Saturday. We plunge 24 hours straight as a team, every hour. This year, with the makeup of our team, looking like we're going to plunge 288 times. And we end at noontime on Saturday, noontime on Sunday, the 26th. And that's when the Torch Run Plunge is. That's made up of first responders, fire departments, and basically anybody that wants to come down and plunge and raise some money for Special Olympics Rhode Island.
Wow, pretty good dates for our viewers to put in the calendars, so that's really good. So Rick, how can someone get involved with the Torch Run Plunge?
The Torch Run Plunge is basically open to anybody and anybody who wants to come down, pay a fee, raise some money, raise some awareness for Special Olympics Rhode Island. They can reach out to any one of the team members that we have. They can reach out to Tracy Garabedian at the Special Olympics office. She can put you in the right direction to how you can either set up your fundraising page or you can register that day.
Absolutely, I have to agree with that. That's what we call inclusion. That's the best thing going forward. So, gentlemen, you have both been participating in the Super Plunge and Torch Run Plunge for a couple of years. Why do you plunge? So, Rick, let's start with you.
Oh, I just do it because the water's nice and warm in March. I just want to freeze with these guys, you know. No, I do it to help raise awareness and funds for Special Olympics Rhode Island athletes. It's what we do. It's our purpose and goal that we strive for every year.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with that. I mean, the waters in the state of Rhode Island can be a little cool at some points. Bill, let's start with you next.
Yeah, again, why I do it, again, I'm looking at why I do it. I do it for Ryan, I do it for Gigi, I do it for Mike, the guys in the control room, and 3,000 athletes that, again, the awareness and the funds that we raise for Special Olympics Rhode Island, and to see the athletes compete and to see the athletes setting goals, making goals, again, and breaking the records, Special Olympic records, and you just see a smile on you guys' face, and to be able to watch you guys compete. That's why I do it.
It's one thing that we're proud of, and I'm sure Special Olympics Rhode Island's proud of. No athlete ever pays a fee to compete in any sport in Special Olympics Rhode Island. Over 25 sporting events that take place year-round, and not a fee is charged. That's because of all the crazy Fruit Loops like Bill and I that jump into the ocean, and our team, and the generous donors that sponsor us to do this, and we can't do it without them.
I agree. Yeah, that's the best thing. I mean, like, all athletes can join. Maybe something like that. Absolutely.
Yep.
So, Rick, if someone is interested in sponsoring the Super Plunge or the Torch Run Plunge, how can they do it?
Yeah, they can, again, the easiest thing to do is they can reach out to Tracy Garabedian at the Special Olympics office, or they can reach out to any of one of our Super Plunge team. We're all on Facebook. We all have Facebook pages. We all have fundraising pages. It's really simple.
Absolutely. It's called like social media. Like you have to spread the word through social media. That's the best thing going forward. So, gentlemen, can you also tell our viewers who are watching at home when and where our Unified Champion Schools Plunge will take place? So let's start with Bill.
Yep, it's on March 25th, noontime, Wheeler Beach in Narragansett. Again, the Unified Plunge.
All right, and yeah, probably the same answer. That's really good. So Bill, can you tell me again where and when the Plunge weekend will take place again?
Yep, again, the whole weekend, like I just said, the Unified Plunge noontime, we start plunging at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at Salty Bryan Beach in Narragansett. We plunge for 24 hours straight. The Torch Run Plunge is at noontime, and that will be our last plunge, noontime on Sunday, the 26th.
Absolutely.
And we really want to encourage people to come visit us at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when we can really use some company.
Absolutely.
And they can come down to the beach, make a donation, watch us plunge, hold our towel for us when we come out of the ocean.
Support us, because we need the support throughout the night.
That's what we need.
When the tide's way out, it's, again, raising a lot of funds and awareness. At 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's not fun. because we're plunging for a purpose and we are freezing for a reason.
Definitely reminds me of a particular event, nothing but net, but we'll go in more details soon. But Rick, if anyone is interested in getting more information on the Plunge weekend, who should they contact?
Well, go to the Special Olympics website. It's listed on there. Contact Tracy Garabedian. Seriously, go through Facebook. Look it up on Facebook. We have our own page on Facebook.
Yeah, it's all over social media. So again, it's out there, and we're going to start spreading the word. We're going to get the word out there a lot more soon.
We got a couple events coming up, big events down at Finn's Harborside on February 10th. We got an event down there. We got another event March 3rd at Ravenous Brewery. 2 events that we can bring awareness to.
And we're planning a lot more events.
Yeah, that's
more,
good.
More stuff we're working on every day.
Absolutely. Something to look forward to for all the fans out there who are watching the TV. Gentlemen, always a pleasure.
Ryan, great to see you, man.
Absolutely,
Ryan, nice
absolutely.
seeing you.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. We'll be right back after these messages.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was scared and shy. It was hard to look at people's faces. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. I made friends and won lots of gold medals. But I learned more than just playing golf. Special Olympics helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine. Hi, my name is Mary Irons. I have some upcoming events to share with you. On Sunday, February 19th, the basketball skills tournament will be held at Providence Country Day School. The traditional basketball tournament will be held on Saturday, February 25th at Providence College. On Sunday, February 26th, the Nordic skiing and snowshoeing competition will be held at Gendron Park. State winter games for alpine skiing and snowboarding will be held on Saturday, March 4th at Yago Valley. Be sure to mark your calendars for the Plunge weekend and March. The Super Plunges will be kicking off their 24-hour plunges on March 25th and ending on March 26th. At SORI Blind Beach, be sure to shop and support them. The annual torch run will take place Sunday, March 26th at SORI Blind Beach at noon. The Unified Champion School Plunge will take place on Saturday, March 25th at Real Estate Beach. Students, teachers, coaches, school administrators are invited to create a team for the event. For more information on any upcoming events, please visit our website at www.specialolympicsri.org or call 401-349-4900. Thank you for joining us this month. Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine. See you next month.